Hi DBC, today we're going to talk about how to set up for the bench press. There's a couple things I want you to consider before you add a lot of weight to the bar. First thing we're going to talk about is your grip and your wrist positioning. So with that, we want to think about stacking the bones. Okay, so in order to stack the bones, I'm setting that bar diagonal across my hand. Okay, it's going to be higher towards my pointer finger and it's going to be lower towards my pinky. Okay, and as I grab that bar, that's going to keep my wrists in a better position. It would be the same thing I would use for a strict press, but basically with no momentum on the bar as you would with a jerk or a push press, any force is going to be directly on that wrist. Okay, next thing I'm going to talk a little bit about is narrow versus wide grip. There's a lot of tendency for weightlifters to want to use their clean grip to bench press. You want to consider having a healthy shoulder, strong triceps, strong lats, but you also want to consider the distance from your chest to your lockout position. If I go too narrow, it's going to be a lot of tricep. Okay, a long distance to press. If I go too wide, I'm not going to be able to keep my lats tight through the position, and that'll put my shoulders at risk. So play around with it a little bit, but what I would suggest is starting with your forearm vertical at the bottom. Okay, last thing we're going to talk about is just a couple things as far as the setup's concerned. When I set up my J-cups, I want to make sure that I never have to unlock my lat and reach to get the bar in or out of the rack. If you slide a lot on your bench, you can grab one of these slingshot mats. I've used it a lot when I had to use a metal bench, and that'll keep you locked down in position. The last thing is, ladies, there is no women's barbell in powerlifting, so you will want to train with a men's bar when you do bench press. Okay, next video we'll talk a little bit about the setup and getting into the correct position. Hi DBC, now I'm going to talk about how I get set up underneath the bar for bench press. First thing to know is that bench press is a full body movement, so I'm going to be using everything to drive that bar up. Your setup may be a little bit different, but this is just how I do it, and you'll want to establish your own routine. Okay, so first thing, I grab the bar supinated, okay, and then I'm going to pull my body underneath. Think about squeezing my scaps together, walking my lats under, okay, and my shoulders are down. From there, I find my grip. Okay, we talked about having that diagonal grip. Then I'm going to drop my feet. Okay, I want to think about getting my sternum as high as I can because that's where the bar is going to go. Okay, I should be eyes directly underneath the bar. Then I'm going to unrack the bar. From here, I think about pulling the bar down, staying in control with my lats. Okay, and as I drive up, I'm going to think about pushing my body away from the bar, driving my heels down, squeezing my glutes. Okay, and as the bar comes up, it's going to come back a little bit towards my face. Okay, so pulling the bar down, driving through the heels, squeeze the glutes, bar back towards the face. And that's basically it. Hi DBC. Now we're going to talk about the 3 commands that are in bench press 4 competition. So you're going to have a start, a press, and a rack command. Okay, all 3. A general rule of thumb is don't move the bar unless somebody tells me to. This is something you're going to want to practice. Have somebody else call them out for you. And then make sure that your openers are based off what you can do with the command versus your 1 rep max for say with no pause, okay? So basically, once you're set up, you'll get a handoff. And then once the bar is in lockout, the judge will call a start command. From there, I'm bringing the bar down. It needs to be motionless in control on my chest, and I'll get a press command. Okay, once I'm locked out again, then I'll get the rack command. start, press, rack. If you are going to have somebody help you out as far as the handoff is concerned before the lift starts, make sure that you are in agreement of when that bar is going to be handed off. Is it on 3? Is it 1, 2, 3 handoff? So make sure you practice with that person as well as practicing with the commands.